There's one brand that is synonymous with search marketing, Google. And when you think of search marketing, you think Google. It's even hard to say. But really, there are other options out there. So let's take a look at some data about that. Hi, I'm Daniel Burstein, Director of Editorial Content at MarketingSherpa. We're here at the MarketingSherpa Media Center at IRCE, and joining me now is Ryan Hilliard, Team Leader of Paid Search Marketing on ROI Revolution. So, Ryan, you brought some data for us to look at. So tell us, what is this data based on?
Yeah, so at our agency over the past few years, we've managed about $300 million in ad spend across over 250 different online retailers. And what we found over time is within Google, people just really emphasize their focus, but Bing is out there and so is Yahoo, and the traffic oftentimes is a lot cheaper. And what we did was we actually pulled data over a few years and found that it's usually about 80% of the cost of Google. So you're already starting out on something search-driven at a lower price point, which is really awesome for online retailers.
Okay, to fill everyone in on the difference between Google. So Yahoo and Bing, it's the same network,
Yeah.
right? And about how much searches do they get compared to Google?
So surprisingly, Bing and Yahoo account for about 30% of overall search volume. Bing is about 20%, Yahoo's about 10%, and then Google's the other 70%. So it's definitely a gigantic chunk of traffic. So if you were to think about it in terms of Google, it'd be like your biggest Google campaign is sitting over there on Bing and Yahoo, and it's cheaper than what you're running on Google. So it's a huge opportunity for all of our clients.
Okay, as we can see that the price has actually dropped from 2014 to it was 94% of what Google is doing to now in the 80%. So that's a big discount. But let me play the skeptic for a moment.
Okay.
Okay, it's cheaper because it's not as good. It doesn't convert. You don't get the ROI. Is that true?
It's actually not true, Dan. One of the things that we think is really awesome about Bing is that the demographic is older. They have the money. Most of the traffic is coming in on desktop, where the conversion rates are always stronger. You don't have to worry about this cross-device issue of people coming in on mobile. So what we typically find is that the costs are lower, the conversion rates are about the same, which means that the cost per acquisition and the returns are actually better. So it's a more profitable opportunity for most of our clients, even though most people don't want to exploit it because the amount of time sometimes it takes to do Bing versus Google is just top of mind. We actually had a client just recently that was capped on their budget, and they didn't have any more room, and we were really advocating for, well, you need to get a Bing account, it just makes sense to have it. We were able to get them to up their budget, and during the fourth quarter, it became about 7% of their overall online advertising spend, but accounted for 20% of their revenue. So like a highly efficient way of getting people that are searching for their products, and it's just second mind, they're just not thinking about it. So it was a huge win, and we see this for lots of clients.
Okay, so if I'm used to buying paid search ads on Google, how big of a difference is Yahoo Bing? Do I have to learn something entirely new, or are there different things to do? Or?
The platforms are actually very similar. Bing and Yahoo have actually done a really good job of mimicking what Google does to make it easier to get advertisers and agencies like us to use it more frequently. The ad layouts and everything are basically the same, so it's just a matter of integrating there, and they actually have direct integrations to move things over, which makes it really seamless to just go from one platform to have a presence on another one, which could be a huge chunk of incremental revenue. So it's not difficult, it's just a matter of making the time to sort of make it happen.
What about bidding strategies? Any difference in that?
Bidding strategies, they provide a lot of tools for competitive insights, but one of the big things is that you start your costs at a much lower level. You don't have to go as aggressively for top positions, and because a lot of people do neglect it, it's just a less competitive environment. There are fewer people that you're going up against, so not only are costs lower for top positions, but you're also just not dealing with as many people on the ad real estate. So you're going to get more of that traffic through to your site than you would necessarily on Google if you think about click-through rates or things like that.
Okay, so you mentioned it's an older demographic. If I'm out there, is there a specific type of industry that would do better on Yahoo Bing versus others? Or
online retailers actually tend to do really well. Software companies, high-tech companies, typically not. I don't know many people that use Bing when they're searching for a project management software, but people that just have their default engine to Bing or to Internet Explorer, they tend to be really good on the retail front, people just looking to buy clothes or mattresses or whatever it is, anything that you're just direct response focused for retail.
Okay, and lastly though, is Yahoo and Bing, are they going to build a self-driving car? Because that could help.
I mean, they've got to do something to help their market share. Maybe that will do it, but they probably will. They're copying Google on everything else, so you know that they have to do it. I'm sure it will be an ugly purple and yellow. So,
excellent. Well, thanks for coming out and sharing your data,
Dan.
Ryan. And thank you for watching, and you can see many more e-commerce videos at marketingsherpa.com/IRCE.